much of a charge I got left on this thing. I charged up yesterday, 2 days ago. There we go. Air quality is bad today. Coming up behind you. Says 100 degrees I heard, but it don't feel like it. It sounds loud. Is he fast? Yep. Yeah, he's fast. Winston, Churchill, how's it going? Wow. Okay. That's 2 weeks. I haven't been here since the 16th. Well, all right. Good Lord. Healthy. Wow, both sides. So that'll be interesting. Now you see, that's kind of a perfect illustration of how, because they park here, it narrows the road, and they slowed down when they were coming through. Kind of thinking that they need to narrow Larga down to just one lane. All right. Well, let's see what happened. I don't think anything changed. Sign still got graffiti on it, still leaning. Cleaned all this trash off of here. I just wanted to come down here and see that the shingles, thank you. Wait, no, they're still here. They cleaned off some of it, but they're still, you know what the irony is? They're gaff shingles. The factory that they're trying to get rid of in West Dallas It's just crazy to me how everything's interconnected. Ragweed's still growing big and strong. I mean, I didn't even know ragweed looked like that when that's Texas ragweed. It just gets huge. Almost tree form. But down there's a concrete canal. Let's just say that if somebody dumped a body, you wouldn't know it. Oh, look at that. It's gotten so dry, the ground split. It's splitting all over the place. I wonder if this was concrete. Oh my God, thank you, thank you, thank you. I thought, man, I'm gonna have to put in another ticket about nope. No. They're keeping it clean. Looks like somebody was burning something out here. Those are fireworks. Are they? Yes, those are fireworks. They were popping off fireworks over here in this dry grass. There's beer cans. I don't know what that is. Is that? That's beer. Yeah, they did a mow clean. But who did the mow clean? This thing has such potential, I mean, but it's private property. I didn't know that. Like I said, this is all part of the cemetery, owns all of this. No, I'm doing. Okay, that's that transformer from last time. Thought it was a marker. Sometimes there's markers to people who died. I feel like an anthropology student. told me that this was, see, it's all grown up in there. They said, no, this is a telecom line. This isn't an electricity line, and I don't believe that. The reason I don't believe that is because right there is the tie-offs. Okay, that I guess that is. Let's see. Yeah, it's the tie-offs that you would normally put in when you're putting power into a service box. That is a telecom wire. I'm sorry, that was the ground wire, which is also an issue. And then someone pointed out to me how there's still voltages going through some of these lines. I don't know if that's true. I don't know if these are all fiber now. See, like that's a service line. That's electricity. You see it tapping right in there into the multi-tap for the apartments. You can hear it. You can hear the hum. And that's coming over there, and then right there, you see the tree limbs growing into the power lines. So this is what I'm sending to the people from Encore, and I'm telling them, hey, that's not a telecom line, that is the utility line, and you got stuff growing into the transformers. Guess I better get a... Pixar didn't happen, Mr. Young. Pixar didn't happen. Takes a minute to lock onto my coordinates. Come on, baby. I got 5G. This should be done by now. This is like loading porn back in the 90s. There we go. Yes, I'm supposed to be watching what I say, but you know what? I am unfiltered. All right, I'm a lewd fool. No, it's just, you see this stuff and you're like, okay. So were they ripping up the fence? No, what is this? Please be empty. Nope, there is something in here. Flammable liquid, probably tar, lacquer thinner. So was somebody huffing this? That's the kind of stuff that you get that at a auto body supply store. Like Ellis used to have that. Highly flammable, explosive if there's gas in the can. Don't know why it's back here. Were they huffing it? I hope they weren't using it as a water can. Or ragweed. They're gonna ask, well, Mr. Young, do you have a specific location? Yes, yes I do. Here are the pictures and GPS log. Wish they could do something about this right here. It's shade, but it's also at the same time more graffiti. Yeah, those cheap little containers, they don't last very well, huh? All this dangling wire. It is a telecom wire, but it's still there. It's blowing back and forth and going into the transformer over there. Some of this stuff looks old too, man. Like they don't really care about what's going on back here. But I tried to get them to put lights in, and they said, "Oh no, this is the responsibility of the people that that own this property. I was like, yeah, no. So now the World Cup's over, I guess these folks are gone. So they tried to say that this was the telecom, and I don't think that's fiber. That's fiber underneath it. The thing being bundled up in the big cord, it might still be fiber. No, that's coax cable, which carries a voltage of like 12 volts. Still enough to spark something. And there's the service line that taps into that one. I guess they told them to bikes down there. Okay, so there's somebody living in the little gully down there, and they put a little tarp up. How did they get their thing to stick? Oh, there's the tool. Okay. What is that they're eating? Some kind of sugary snacks. Yeah, it's they use that rope to climb up. That's clever. Okay, I get it now. It's like, how do you get down there and get back? They put a rope down, and so they're living there in that little, at least until it rains or there's a lot of water going through. You got a mirror and some broken glass. Guess that's to keep up with the toiletries. And then there's poison ivy pole. I always take pictures of this one. There's like transformers up there somewhere. I just don't. There's transformers up there somewhere. I don't have to get that close to it. Alright, cool. At least Encore can see those two trouble spots. Still hadn't fixed that pole, huh? That's Encore too. You know. Getting a little gnarly, isn't it? Yeah, take a picture. What is it? It's this is 97. This is 9718 Webb Chapel. Okay. Let's get a speed assessment here. Turn it off, turn it back on so it recalibrates. Kilometers? It slid back over to MS. That's why I was like, man, why was I getting weird locks? Impressive. Barely a mile per hour above being street pizza. Maybe it's because of the heat. This thing is reporting wildly. Maybe it's because I'm moving. 6. Once again, I say not fast, just loud. Versus the Versa, which is going 43. Now, how do you like that? The green car is booking. The loud gas guzzler is trudging along just Problem is, I'm wearing the wrong hat. I got this thing's got a brim, so it's probably not catching any of this. Well, I'm hoping the bastard finally gave up. Maybe someone else is picking up the signs. loud. You think of a city, that's what you think of, man. Dudes without mufflers.
Wait.
That's what I think of anyway. I won't be here a while. Maybe not. Man, no bandit sign this week. Maybe he's on vacation. Hey, go ahead, man. Don't me stop you. Why did I, you know, it's just old habit. I don't even know why I'm crossing the street like this. Oh well, whatever. I'm just glad to see that those signals are working. Man, that was a long battle. Yep, timing is everything. That's everything on this legal. This intersection's a mess. Which way are you headed? Of course. No, I was trying to get crosswalks over there. And the city's like, nah, we don't think we need them. Trenching, huh? He must be busy. But yeah, that whole area needs a redesign. You can see where it like there's 3 different ways and it goes all this different way and the guy's pulling out and he has to go around the... And they wanted to make it to where it was just a... When you're coming here, it's supposed to be just a right turn only, but people go around it and go on to Larga. And paint just doesn't get it done. Okay. Oh, look at that. This dude was he just pulled out in front of... There's the taxi driver. I guess it just looks fast down here. That's the same guy. He's just... So he's testing out his new rig. And jackassing up and down the street. Yeah, I don't know. It's one of those things where it just feels, it looks or sounds worse than it is. It's just loud cars and a lot of traffic, at least so far. Every once in a while there's somebody who just don't give a fuck and they just zoop through here. But for the most part, it looks like folks are behaving themselves. reminds me, I could do it. I'll do it on Monday. Gotta change out my registration sticker. Well, parking enforcement's getting on that ass. Why? I mean, I'm not why. I'm glad. I think this was a fire lane. They just don't paint it anymore. And that's up to their, then that's once again the city, that's the city offloading their responsibility, but it's the responsibility of the apartment owners. So 26, 5, once again, people parking on the street kind of forms a natural chicane that keeps folks from going too damn fast. So the on-street parking that sometimes I rail against, they also cause people to slow down. That's a bad Bondo job on that one. Ooh. Oh, my hip finally loosened up. All right, they cleaned it off. You know what? Maybe it's because I look like a referee with a red card. I'm just looking at that, and man, that's a mess. All right. There was no brakes on this guy. That's my neighbor. Drive so bad, man. Okay. So that, let's go ahead and take a picture of that, because that's going to get worse. But they filled this in, and it's not right. Anyway, I'm not mad at him. He was a perfect illustration. Okay, so this is a pothole, and it needs to be filled in. All the years of gravel and dirt from everywhere filled it in, and you know, it doesn't look like it's there, but it's there. Anyway, it's an issue for people coming down out of there and kick up some dirt. I hate this alley, but I keep coming down here because I see the potential. If I could just get the city to pave this over, and I'm going to ask in the budget meeting, was there a bond program for getting this filled in, because it is a great there's no longer a service line through there. That's old copper though, and they changed all this out with fiber. But getting back to what I was saying, as always, I'm talking about too many things at once. But filling this in with cement, making it a multi-use path, except for this part right here. Looks like they just, so there was an alley here at one point. It's just neglected, disrepaired, and there's just tons of it getting pulled out. Like somebody tried to clean it up a little bit, but that's oil or something coming from there. Anyway, they got on his ass. And there's the shingles. Shards from ceramics. Tile. These are all tile pieces. These are all building materials. And somebody cleaned up all the graffiti on there. See how this is nice, you know. You want to cut through, and I just never realized how loud it is over here. Wow, that is first time I've seen that gate open. That should be where you should drop off your books. I use that many a time. Come in with my late stuff, dump it down in the thing, drive off. Something so uniquely Texas about that. Yeah, I have so many good memories of this place, and it's just, you know, it's what we were talking. They talk about on next door. Dallas has no soul. This was the soul of the community. You had people that voted here. You know, they got their citizens. They were sworn in here. They would get their documents and whatnot here. There was a lot going on here. And then they just said, well, we want another, so they moved it. And they left all the remnants, like this light here was put here before the library. There's not really any reason for this light on Almazan to be here other than it was for this. And now because of the shopping centers, that they need to move this light down there to Harwick, so that when these people come out of the shopping center, they're not sitting there dangerously merging. Just because I have the walk arrow doesn't mean that somebody isn't going to turn into me. Bop! I hit the truck. Yeah, it's on my list. You just see little things like candy wrappers and leaves accumulating around tires. And of course, like I said, no registration sticker, no dealer plate, just sitting there. My thing went into a long wave. I think this is one of those synth waves or vapor wave. What is it called? Nostalgia drive. Synthware. These are little computer generated EGM kind of things, and it's just like great if you're, you know, something that's like a little bit, almost barely white noise for you to study to. And it's great against the traffic noise. Oh, okay, that belongs over there. All right. Yeah, I'm forgetting. I guess they had boards up there so you couldn't see what was going on in there. And then I look now and they got it all exposed, and it's just an empty lot full of crap. Stop. Tesla. No, they have to slow down when they, well, they're supposed to stop. They slow down when they hit the stop sign. Well, they finally chipped off a bit of that curb, huh? Stop. Stop sign? No. That's for the plebeians. That's not for me. Huh?
Why you record me?
Why am I recording you? I'm not recording you. I don't care about you. Fuck off. Oh, god damn it. I forgot about fucking ice. Damn it. Yeah, no, I'm not ice. Fuck those assholes. Loud. Not fast, just loud. So I get a couple people like that, and then I see the car, and I'm like, okay, I'm putting two to two together. I was like, you're not supposed to be driving. And you're like, well, who's that going to? I was like, what does it matter? If you're not supposed to be driving, don't drive. I guess she's worried that I'm going to get her license plate, and that's going to be on the thing. And I was like, it's already on the thing. Every time you drive by one of these flock cameras, they're recording you. That you need to be worried about them. I'm the least of your worries. I'm a guy with barely 200 subscribers on YouTube. You need to worry about the private companies that are running around taking pictures of you every single time. Why did you protest against them? Where's this fire and brimstone when they're putting those damn poles up? You need to be worrying about that right there, not me. Okay. Oh, okay, that's not bad. I'm supposed to be on the fucking sidewalk. Excuse me, I'm on your sidewalk? Yeah. Okay. That's what an asshole looks like. Army? I think it says. Again, you're not supposed to be on the sidewalk, man. That was weird. No, I just get irate when people get on my sidewalks, man. What happens is you call 911, you tell them about that, and they say, well, Mr. Young, since we didn't record it, there's not really much we can do about it. But if we see that again, whatever. What's up, man? There's a lot going on over here. Is the Army. He just had Army personalized plates. I don't know if you can get those if you're a veteran. You can just pay extra for them or whatever. But see, that kind of stank. That stank of the MAGA attitude. I do what I want when I want. And I was like, all right, live free and get fucked over. Usually I don't get passionate about these things, but that just irks me. I take it really personally when people do stupid things on the sidewalks. Just, man, I lose my cool. Normally I'm dispassionate and I'm just taking pictures of the subject and informing, not confronting. And him, I just wanted to rip him off that damn bike and started just wailing into him. He had me that mad. And all I can think is, assault charge. That's the only thing keeping me from beating the hell out of somebody. Assault charge, assault charge, assault charge. Maybe I'll get beat up, but you know what? I'll make him think twice about riding on the sidewalk, even if I get beat up doing it. But instead, I have to just sit there and say, well, I gotta pass that up to the proper authorities. Fuck that, I am the proper authority. We are the proper authority. And we put up with this. Because we've been told that there's a whole organization that's supposed to handle all of that, and they're just not doing it. That guy looked like he's been doing that a while. They're still leaking. No, there were no, none of those signs. So I'm kind of shocked. Maybe he just, I don't know. Guess we'll see when we go down there. Okay. I don't have high blood pressure. But if I did, that was a triggering moment. See a lot of that. You know how it is. If it's there next week, do something. Or yeah, if it's there next week, then report it. Otherwise, it could be another jackass. He's just parking his thing, and that's the other thing that bugs me. So I realized in the anger and limited, like I said, two things. In the anger and the limited amount of English, they're not asking why am I recording them, they're asking me why am I recording something that they might be doing wrong. Speeding, driving without license, blah, 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 whatever. And I had to flat out tell them, I don't care about you. This is all just part of some big survey. I'm trying to get an idea of, do we need to put speed bumps on Bolivar? What's the situation there? What's the average speed? And the average speed is like, people are pretty much, you know, holding to it. There are people going slower. I think I understand what the city's talking about when it says, hey, based on the amount of people that are going up and down there, we don't really need it. My problem is that we need it for those people that are, for that rare group of people that go up through there like 40, 50 miles an hour. Like this jackass here. He's not going fast, he just has a loud car. So another straight pipe. Nothing on that car is legal. Nothing. Okay. Wow. A lot of people coming by all of a sudden. Now what's supposed to slow them down is this little dip here. It seems to be working. This is what I'm talking about by street design, by the way. So, alright. Damn, I'm looking for a good place to stop off. That's what I have to do. $30, $31. Oh, look, they dropped down. All right. And on that note,